Hello everyone. Today I'm going to delve into a very pressing issue that often hides in plain sight: poverty in America. Despite being one of the wealthiest countries in the world, millions grapple with economic hardship. Let's uncover the realities and explore maybe even some potential solutions to poverty in America. What is poverty? In the land of plenty, poverty is not just about the lack of material possessions, but also about the absence of opportunities. It's a complex issue that extends beyond financial constraints to encompass education, healthcare, and social mobility. Let's take a look at some numbers. According to recent data, close to 13% of the population lives below the poverty line. And in certain states, close to 18% or more of the population are living below the poverty line. While these statistics can be alarming, they only scratch the surface of the multifaceted challenges that these people often face. The faces of poverty. Poverty doesn't discriminate. It affects individuals from all walks of life: children, the elderly, and even working class families more often than not. Behind each statistic is a very personal story, a struggle against systemic barriers which I have witnessed firsthand. Understanding the causes of poverty. Understanding the root cause is crucial. Factors such as lack of access to quality education, healthcare disparities, and often a broken system that seems to keep them down at every turn contribute significantly to the perpetuation of poverty. We must address these issues to create lasting change. Breaking the cycle of poverty is going to require a comprehensive approach. In order to do this, we will have to invest not only into education, but also job training programs and healthcare initiatives to keep people employed and keep them healthy. Once we do this, we can empower individuals and communities to escape the grips of poverty and really break the cycle. It's not just about charity, though. It's about sustainable solutions that will last generations. Advocating for equitable economic policies is key. In the past, politicians like Lyndon B. Johnson fought a war against it to create what he called a great society. Before him and Kennedy came to office, close to a quarter of the nation lived in abject poverty. But Johnson and his New Deal values of spending to help the poor actually worked and are responsible for successful programs like Medicare and Medicaid. Change begins at the grassroots level, communities coming together. Civic engagement, if you will. Supporting one another and advocating for local solutions can create a domino effect. Community engagement is a powerful force for positive transformation. I think it's going to be a start to a new war on poverty if it works well. Changing our perspective on poverty. It's time to challenge stereotypes and preconceived notions about poverty. By fostering empathy and understanding within our society, we can create a more compassionate world that values the inherent dignity and potential of every individual, regardless of their economic status or walk of life. Poverty's effect on children. One particularly vulnerable group affected by poverty is children. Lack of access to quality education, proper nutrition, stable living conditions can have long-lasting effects that can ruin lives. Investing in early childhood development programs is essential for breaking intergenerational cycles of poverty. Poverty manifests differently in urban and rural areas. Urban centers may face issues like housing affordability and job competition, while rural communities may struggle with limited access to resources. Before we can do anything, we need to recognize these disparities that are crucial to tailoring effective solutions to specific needs of each people. Health disparities. Poverty and health are interconnected. Individuals in poverty often face barriers to healthcare access, leading to higher rates of chronic illness. Addressing health disparities through affordable healthcare solutions is essential for improving overall well-being and reducing the economic burden of illness. In our digital age, access to technology is a determining factor in economic participation. The digital divide exacerbates existing inequalities, hindering educational and employment opportunities. Bridging this gap through initiatives that provide access to technology can empower individuals to overcome these economic challenges. Systemic challenges. Challenges are significant contributors to poverty. For example, systemic racism. Systemic racism is a huge factor, disproportionately affecting minority communities. Understanding and dismantling discriminatory policies is essential for creating an inclusive society where everyone has equal opportunities to thrive. Philanthropy and corporate social responsibility. The role of philanthropy and corporate social responsibility cannot be overlooked. Businesses and individuals can actually contribute to poverty alleviation by supporting initiatives that focus on education, job creation, and community development. A collaborative approach involving both public and private sectors is super vital. Policy advocacy, because who really speaks for the poor? Advocating for policy changes is a powerful tool in the fight against poverty. Engaging with policymakers to influence legislation related to affordable housing, education, and social welfare can bring about systemic changes that positively impact the lives of those living in poverty. Building a culture of empathy. Ultimately, addressing poverty requires a cultural shift towards empathy and understanding. By fostering a society that values compassion and human connection, we can create an environment where individuals are supported on their journey out of poverty. Some groups that are famous for consistently pushing values of empathy are Christian religious groups like the Salvation Army, who helped the nation during the Great Depression. A sustainable future. Connecting our efforts to a global perspective, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals provide a framework for addressing poverty. Exploring how local initiatives align with these global goals can actually amplify our impact and contribute to a worldwide movement for abject change. Some closing thoughts. Poverty is one of our nation's greatest ails. I can say with reasonable certainty that human suffering is the one constant we can all depend on. But I think if we could really make the world a little bit of a better place, I really think we should. Thank you.